Solar Hardpoint, one of those maps where you've got to get straight into the action. This first hardpoint, you're not going to get a lot of scrap points off it, but if you're a team which is dominant, you can definitely lock down either side and try and do the best you can. So, Carnage, let's see what he can do.
Yeah, and you can see him just flanking down this right-hand side now, wanting to control that glass area. If he can just sit up top, it's going to be such a nuisance, and you can see him just working the map brilliantly. This is exactly what we would expect from such a higher tier team. Carnage now just making sure he stays alive, does get shut down. Those Viperio answer back. Hezi, Matty, and Prit all contributing to that middle hardpoint area.
Absolutely. Millenium started off a really, really good start there, but Viperio answering back in great fashion. Hezi on 3-0 does fall down at the moment there, and his teammate Prit still rocking the points here. He's actually made a very, very good lead. I said this is quite a hard point to get a lot of points off, but 25-4 right now. They're getting all the time right now, so you know, Viperio looking strong.
Yeah, they're certainly doing a great job. Here we are with Matty now, actually providing me with a little bit of information on the run-up to this match. He said that they've been playing well so far in this tournament, despite the loss against Infused, and they are going into this confident. They know they're going up against what they could argue is a weaker Millenium side to what we've seen in the past years, or historical performances. And you can see now straight away, Matty trying to get round the back and get the good rotation. It is going to be Millenium, though, who first hold this.
I know, and obviously just coming off the back of a recent tournament at Ego, Millenium placed 5th, which was really, really disappointing from them. They've got the original lineup back. They've got Carbon back in the squad. Currently 3 and 4. Carbon is H2. Gatarga is H1. You guys at home obviously watching. Make sure you keep track of that. Both combining right now. Gonna take control of the hard point. You can see here Gatarga locking down the spores. Is gonna get taken down by Hezi, also known as Hesitate. Let's see what he can do.
Here we go with Carbon now, the younger brother is still alive in that hardpoint area, really working some objective play. He does have both a BAL and ASM1 in hand now, very versatile at this point in time, but he's got some great surrounding teammates providing the support. He's not having to do much work at all. Let's get on board with one of them. Mello going straight for that rotation with only 6 seconds left. It is going to be Viperio, who look like they're in the better position.
Absolutely, but for the first time in the game here, we see Millenium taking the lead 46-41, only a 5-point lead, but if you could see on the minimap there, it is all Millenium in this garage hardpoint. Mello trying to lock things down. Mello, one of those players, SMGs, really gets in the face, really high sensitivity, and you can see at the moment he's kicking it off. Top slayer for his team on 9 and 6.
Well, Cookie venturing in there to get immediately shut down, followed by Prit and Hezi, all trying to contribute. And you can just gradually see Viperio pushing Millenium out. Millenium are going to have to fight back. This is a very narrow game, very hard to separate these two teams.
Absolutely. Matty there, absolutely with a 3-piece. He's doing real good work to break this hard point. Gonna even it up at 56 apiece right now. 7 minutes 30 left on the clock. This is all to play for, but this is a loser bracket game. So guys, if whoever loses this map will be going home with nothing. Obviously not the best placement out of the 73 teams that have attended here at Am2Pro. So it is everything to play for here.
Yep, certainly would be disappointing for either side. Prit having an excellent game, though, currently on a 5-kill streak, boasting a 13-to-6 kill death ratio on that hard point as well, doing some objective work, but he is going to have to go for the quick rotate now. Going to have to catch up to his teammates because Millenium straight away onto that car park area on P4. They're going to be locking it down. Mello set up. I mean, they're in the obvious positions here, but you can see from the kill feed, it doesn't matter. They've got it so locked down, it's going to be hard to break.
Absolutely. Millenium, you know, they're well practiced. They know the setups. They've played hardpoint for a long, long time. Now, one thing I would say is Carnage is not having the best of games at the moment. 6 and 11. Doesn't look like he's playing a particularly OBJ role, but if let's jump on board with, let's not. I was just saying, staying on board with Carbon there, 13 and 8. Obviously, Carnage needs to pick it up a little bit as Carbon does get taken down, 85-80. This is such a close game, Rel.
Yeah.
Right now, it is anyone's game.
I mean, we were talking, historically going right back to the first event here at the Norbrecht Castle, ECL2. It was actually Carnage who won the event. He played under Mythics. He was ported in from Reckless, if you like. But, you know, he has experience of winning events here. I'm sure he's going to want to continue that. But it's just a testament to how he's stayed at the top of his game for such a long period of time. That was so many years ago.
Of course, with Gatarga as well. I mean, Gatarga has been...
He was with him.
I mean, arguably... You know, he's definitely the most famous French player, but, you know, skillfully wise, you know, Black Ops 2 days, Black Ops 1, he was that SMG which was just annoying to play against.
Oh, yeah.
You can see, as he is under the name of H1, 14 and 3, top of his team right now, extending that 15-3, jumping on board with Gatarga. Gatarga gets a 2-piece there, still going on, gets taken down by Prit. They're trying to answer back, but this is literally neck and neck, nearly at the halfway point.
Oh, yeah, and, you know, just like you were saying, there's some absolute veterans in this team, really wanting to bring that experience to maybe the more newcomers, such as Carbon. and you can see Millenium now really extending that lead. It did seem to be a Viperio game up until this final hard point, maybe the top car spawn as well. That went towards Millenium, I would say too, but they've just got this completely locked down. Viperio unable to break it any single angle they're trying to penetrate. They're just getting shut down straight away. They're going to have to give this up and set for the middle area.
Absolutely. With only 8 seconds left to go, I don't think they'll be too upset about that. 3 more kills coming from Millenium. The kill feed is literally all Millenium right now. We've got 5 kills on the bounce of the team without suffering a death. However, Maddie changes that very, very quickly. Carnage just on the border of this hard point, thinking whether to go in. It does make the sensible choice of backing off, making the kill. Matty obviously collecting the points up there. And we see Gatarga. Let's see what he can do.
Yeah, and you just feel, I mean, when I was talking to the guys before this game started, you just feel that Viperio are more hungry for this win. This is their chance to really make a statement. You know, Millenium, one of the top organizations in Europe when it comes to competitive Call of Duty at least. Really, you know, if they can take them down, it would be a huge confidence boost for them. We can see a big collective 3-piece by the team there around this hardpoint area, and they are racking up a substantial amount of points there, but Carbon has just ripped them apart single-handedly.
Absolutely, that was an insane 3-piece there. I only got it on the kill feed, but he's 23 and 15, really kicking it off now going into the second half of this hard point. As you can see, Mello on the rotation. He's playing more that Slayer role. He's going to be getting the spawns for his team. Does recognize the player cutting through middle, and he's got to clean up the second player. Really clever play from Mello. I like that. However, Matty does take him down. Matty's going to gain the control of the spawns as it flips over to P2.
Yeah, and Viperio really do need to be making some points here. They're not too far behind, but every second that ticks away, it just gets more and more difficult for them. Hesitate, trying to just get a good angle on the area. It's Matty against Carnage and Gatarga, and it looks like they've just completely flooded that hardpoint area. Millenium are all over it. Prit is trying to contest it just to narrow that lead as much as possible, but this is only going one way.
Absolutely. I mean, you know, it is quite close in regards to the points itself, but you can see Millenium just edging that little bit closer all the time through this game. Gatarga and Carbon combining. The chemistry must be unreal on this team. I mean, the players have seen for so long. Brothers on the team as well. And it looks like it's working for them. I mean, they're in the loser bracket. They have to go all out right now, and they, you know, we're only just like halfway through Saturday, Rel.
Yeah, absolutely. So really exciting stuff from the get-go. That hard point with only 5 seconds left is probably going to be discarded by both teams. And surprise, surprise, it is Millenium who are quicker on the rotation. The only person that could have stopped that then was Hezi, but he got shut down straight away. Viperio need to flood this, and they need to flood it quick. They are losing, and they are trailing by a big amount of points now.
Prit is going to make the kill there onto Mello. Teammate Maddie obviously picking up one there as well. Does get taken down. Carnage trying to answer back, but the points are going in favor of Viperio. They need to lock this down. 40 seconds left on the clock. Carnage is doing absolutely everything to stop that. Carnage jumping in there, taking control of the hard point. 3 kills back to back, followed with Gatarga's 2-piece. Carbon combined there. What a teamwork play there from Millenium, breaking the hard point.
Oh yeah, and what seemed like a slow start by Millenium has certainly turned right around on its head now. This is the more familiar Millenium team that we see play. Really dominant towards this second half as well, and probably going to hit that 250 mark unless Viperio can pull something out of the bag and do something extraordinary. Maddie needs to get straight away on this rotation, isn't going to be able to do it. 10 seconds left on the old hardpoint area. Cookie's going to try and sit that one out, but he does get shut down as well, and it's just worse and worse news for Viperio.
Yeah, it's going to come head-to-head on this second to last hardpoint there. All rotating. Viperio on the right-hand side of the map going through glass wall, and Millenium coming through the map side. It is going to be a gun battle. It looks like Viperio taking advantage of that right now. They need every single point here. They need literally to lock this down. There is only 2 hard points left with 50 points between them. You know, this is still possible, Rel.
Yeah, it's certainly still doable. They've got to make the most of this top hardpoint area and not allow Millenium to capture any points, but that's exactly what we're doing. We're seeing Mello just set up there. He is the only Millenium player that's on it, but his teammates are swarming all around him, providing that barrier of defense, but he doesn't even need it. Mello there still on the hardpoint area, picking up kills, makes it the second one as well. Massive play there by Mello.
Yeah, Mello may have just single-handedly won his team the game there on that hard point. The ASM1 does have the ball in hand now. The versatile player that Mello is. We've seen him compete at previous events. You know, I-Series, he plays phenomenally well combining with Marky B. This guy's been around for quite a while now, but he's still yet a young player. A lot of talents come out of, obviously, Mello, and I'm excited to see the rest of him in this tournament about to hit his 40 bomb.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, it is mathematically impossible here for Viperio to come back into this hard point. They are going to be trailing by 1 map in a best-of-3 series. Really doesn't put them in the best position at all, but they are going to see it through, see if they can just reduce that deficit as much as possible. And as I say, you know, there is always these mind games that go on, I suppose, when it comes to these competitive events. If they can just make that difference in points as small as possible, they might be going into game 2 thinking, you know, we held our own there. There was the potential we could have taken that first map. Why can't we do it on the uplink?
I mean, they've had a close game already with ImWeas, who put them into the loser bracket. I mean, you know, we're talking probably about a 60, 70-point game right now. However, you know, for a team which is a little bit newer to LAN, obviously they've played online tournaments. We've seen Viperio doing that, but, you know, coming up against the giants of France, which is Millenium. You know, they just weren't able to cut it on the hard point here. We're going to see the last couple of seconds here go in favor of Millenium there. Doesn't manage to get the 250 points, which, you know, Viperio can take a little bit of pride in. But we do have, obviously, Uplink and Search and Destroy still to play, Ralph. Yeah, and Millenium, of course, one of 2 notable, I suppose, French organisations here competing throughout this event. We have Vitality as well, the big French following there. Vitality actually did drop the first map that they played this tournament, but that was because they had to play 2 versus 4, Josh and Madcat. So a bit of intel, shall we say. However, back into the game, Millenium versus Viperio. Let's see what they can do here on comeback uplink. This is a game mode which is so intense. I mean, I've got to go with Millenium again.
Yeah, and we will certainly be backing these guys. But let's see what is going to happen here as Gataga trying to make that first push and collect the first point for his team. Unable to do it though, stopped right at the wire. Here we go with Maddie now, just sitting up top and trying to do some defensive work.
Okay, now I'm going to stay on board with Maddie. Obviously, we've seen a lot from the guys on Millenium, obviously taking the first map here, but let's see what they can do. It looks like they're on the defense right now. You can see Prit trying to take down that drone carrier. He's got to focus on the actual player rather than the drone itself, which is a wise play to make because he, unfortunately, Carbon says no, and he's going to close him down. Looks like Viperio getting put back in the spawn trap. However, it is still 0-0. Let's jump on board with the drone carrier, which is Mellow. Let's see what he can do. Does get taken down by Hesitate, and does get carried over. Hesi taking the drone, actually. He's going to go for a counter-attack. This could really work in his favor. Going for the one-point play is going to make it. Great play from Hesi there. 3-3, 1 uplink to his name, taking the lead.
Yeah, and here we go now once again with Millenium. Let's keep on board with these guys because they are 1 point behind. See if they can bring something back and do something special. We do, of course, now have COD Vision on Momo, so we should be okay for this uplink game as we continue through it. So Maddie is going to be the player for Viperio, trying to make some plays, but big kills there by Millenium. Going to shut the entire Viperio team down, really open things up now on this flank as they advance forward. And it's going to be a throw. I'm not sure if that's going to connect. It's actually an interception by Prit.
Absolutely, and it looks like the drone's been played. Yes, it has. It's been thrown out of play. That's going to go for the reset. 3 minutes 15 on the clock. I like the way Viperio have come out fighting here. You know, all players doing really well. Pretty much everyone, in fact, everyone is positive on the scoreboard. However, that is not the way to win uplink. It is all by the points. They're going to go for another 1 point play. It is got to go in, and 2 points ahead there. And that is both coming from Matty and Hezi, really combining as a team. Millenium just on a little bit of a back foot. I mean, you can see, you know, Gataga, Carbon slaying well, but they need to get the points on the board.
Yep, and they're going to have to do something as quick as possible. I mean, it's slow progress, I would say. You usually see some high-scoring games when it comes to comeback on uplink. Let's see what is going to happen now as we continue to watch Carnage and see what he's going to do. Moving towards that uplink area, providing some great support now for the objective player as 2 go down. That is going to be a dunk, and that is going to be 2 points going towards Millenium.
Absolutely. That was a great play. You could see there Carnage just putting all the slaying power down from Millenium, taking out Viperio, and you can see Mello acting in great fashion. Does get a 2-piece. Is he going to act with a 3-piece? Does get his stun grenade out, which will be very beneficial for his team. However, the drone is still at spawn. It is not going to move. They're going to try and gain control of the glass area. That's one thing I would say from both teams that I'd like to see a little bit more. But Viperio just kind of going all out. I mean, there's just so much aggression from the team. It's good to see, to say the least.
Yeah, here we go with Prit now. Does manage to win one gunfight, trying to find the second, unable to take down Gataga, shuts him down. Still there with Gataga, picking up 2 as he continues this rampage. You can see collectively, if you look at the minimap in the top left-hand corner, moving as a team. Oh, ho, ho, Gataga, he gets the 3rd.
Absolutely. Carbon as well. Mellow, Gataga, Carbon, and Carbon here, all combining really well on this second map. I mean, they're coming together as a team. Maybe it is obviously a little bit, you know, not as gelled as they would like to be because of obviously the replacements that they've had in, you know, other tournaments, to say the least. However, this is their time to shine. They need to step it up. They're in loser bracket. Round number 3 here, 4-2 in favor of Millenium. 1 minute 30 left on the clock here in round number 1.
Matty now just moving through glass. He does have his teammate with the uplink drone. Gonna have to make a sneaky move, and he does just that. He might have caught them off guard. There's only really one play that would be able to stop him here. He manages to get through the window. Oh, and almost manages to make a big play for his team.
Yeah, that was incredible. I mean, just shut down. It is still 4-2. The drone was in hands of Millenium. It's been passed to his teammate. It looks like it's carnage on the drone. Let's see what he can do. Does get shut down. Matty defending very, very well with the support of his teammate, Cookie. However, Carbon trying to answer back. It is literally back and two between the teams here. So close. Only 2 points in at the moment.
And there we go now. Still with Cookie. Taking a tactical grenade to the face, is going to get shut down by Gtarga there, straight in for that kill. In terms of kill death displacement, it is Carbon that's shining there. 18-9, spinning around, wielding that ASM1 like a god, shutting down everybody around him and doing some great slaying work for his team. Millenium do seem to be certainly outshining Viperio on this game, and I've got to say we could be seeing a 2-0 victory here. I don't know if this is going to go to the S&D, Momo.
No, I absolutely agree. I mean, it is a very, very close game, but when you look at the slaying power that Millenium has, I mean, Carbon really is reminding me of, you know, and very ironically, a younger Gtarga, if you like, from, you know, his Black Ops 1 days, the 10 sensitivity on that MP5 that he used to use, which was very, very annoying to play against, to say the least. However, interception from Mello, he's going to stop it being extended, or should I say, shortened lead. That is 6-2 and now in favor of Millenium. Only 5 minutes separate these guys from potentially going home, Rel. Yeah,
and remember what's on the line here. This is loser bracket round number 3, so the loser of this best of 3 series, that is going to be it for them. So far, we've seen Viperio get knocked down to this stage by Infused, and it was Recon that actually shut down Millenium and pushed them down to this stage as well. And here we go, though, straight away getting back into this game. It's going to be Mello going right through the middle. Gtarga has made the play, could be going for an early capture, but he is going to get shut down, and that's all of Millenium down now. Viperio really opened things up.
Yeah, Viperio really needs to capitalize on this. However, Millenium got a pretty decent spawn all around there. They're uplink to say the least. However, Matty coming behind 2 of them. He's going to take down 2, makes it a 3-piece there. He's going to tie things up. I don't know if he got all 3 himself. However, collectively, as a team, they did. 6-4, 2 points in it, 4 minutes 30 left to go. Let's see what Viperio can get done.
Matty now just prowling around that drone area. Didn't want to make the move himself, wanting to wait for the support of his teammates. Hezi has gone for the throw, and it is going to convert. That's another point for Viperio, opening up strong on the second side here of comeback uplink. Really convincing play from them, and they do have the potential to pull this back. You know, I'm still backing Millenium going into this. That first side was so dominated by them, but when you've got the likes of Cookie going 21-13, he's causing real trouble for Millenium.
Absolutely, and when you have game modes where you do switch sides, teams will have their preferred times. They may not all be similar. However, it looks like Viperio are really capitalizing on this side of the map. It is 6-5. Drone has been reset. Cookie making a team kill on Hezi. Not the best of decision, however. Matty's trying to lock things down. Great shot with the ASM1 there on Carnage. Carbon answering back onto Maddie. However, Prit is in hands of the drone. Does make the first kill. Going for the drone, for the 2-point play, I believe that was, but gets shut down very sharply by Millenium.
He was in a really difficult position there. He couldn't really escape. He didn't have time to drop that drone and go for the kill, so had to go for the challenge. Risky one, didn't pay off, but hey, there you go. Millenium are still in the lead by 1 point, but they're struggling to hold on to this. They've been unable to really produce anything from this second side so far. It has been all Viperio as Cookie shuts down 2. It's Prit who's going to be making a play. The drone does get dropped, though. Big plays from Mello as 2 go down.
Yeah, I mean, just catching what you said there, really big plays from Mello. I mean, 2 kills may not be the most important things, but in the position that he was, it was very important. He's not only done that, but he's just gone and extended the lead to 7-5. Mello really turning up game number 2 here of this best of 3, potentially securing his team a position in the loser bracket round number 4. And you can see on your screen right now, Gtarga, ASM1 in hand, is going to try and get that drone, which he does successfully do. Dip and dive away from the enemy. Looks like he's playing a bit of Wally with himself at the moment. That's not going to help him. However, he's still in control with his teammate surrounding him. However, does get taken down, Rel.
Yeah, I mean, he was just resetting his armor there, but he was just stuck. He was all on his own, as you say. There wasn't really anything he could do. Hezi, though, in a spot of trouble here, is taking a lot of damage, decides to go for the 1-point play, or at least tries to get it through to one of his teammates there to collect. It is going to be Manny who is able to convert, and that's going to be now 7-7. A very sneaky 2 points by Viperio, and Millenium, they just, I don't know what happened there. They just kind of broke apart as a team and let that one slip.
Absolutely. It looks like Hezi was going to make the 2-piece there. However, he doesn't manage to do it. The drone actually nearly went in for another 2-point play. And just touching on that previous one there is a very good manual pass. I've got to say, it mustn't have been a 1-point play. It's got to be a manual pass there from the guys on Viperio. You could see on the minimap kind of running around. It was really clever play from those guys. However, Gtarga and co trying to answer back. with a drone in hand from Mello. Mello's going to try and make a 1-point play. He's going to do that, and that goes to 8-7 in favor of Millenium. And it is all reset, all players respawn, and the drone back in its place.
Oh, this game is hanging on a knife edge. 1 point separating the two teams can change in an instant. You can see Gataga panicking a bit, not the best of throws. He really did need to get rid of that drone, and that could be a huge mistake for Millenium now. If Viperio can pick it up, which they have done, kills are going in their favor. Hesitate trying to make a push.
Yeah, Hesitate made a great bit of ground there. However, Carnage shuts him down with the backup of Carbon. Carnage is going to try and finish this right here, right now. Only 2 plays in possession, stop him. The drone is going to get played. That's a 1-point play with only 2 points left. 1 minute to go. Viperio need to step it up. They need to do it right now, or they will be going home from Am2Pro with absolutely nothing. That is not what they wanted. They've come here to make a point. Obviously, playing the likes of Infuse, getting put down into the loser bracket. They didn't expect to be playing Millenium at this point. Really got a feel for these guys. However, they need to make a mark, and they need to do it now as their lead gets only worse at 10-7.
Yeah, and it's not looking good for them at all. 10-7. It's not even like they can come back from a carry capture now. We can see further plays being made, though. It's going to be Matty who is able to actually intercept. He's trying to do what he can. 30 seconds. There is still technically time to do this, but they're going to have to be very quick. Millenium, though, are making the important kills that are necessary. And the uplink drone gets intercepted by Carbon. That should
well
pretty
played.
much be it. I don't know if there's going to be time here, Momo.
No, absolutely not. Really important, obviously, inception from Carbon there. Not to say they would have got the other 2 points, but he secured his team the win there. Got to say, you know, Carbon 33-24, 3 uplinks to his name. Very well played from the youngster that is Millenium Carbon.
Yeah, but you know what? Let's give Viperio some credit here. They really did hold their own there. You know, both games were close, at least for a certain duration. The uplink game, of course, finishing 10-7 after the first side being 6-2 to Millenium, so we saw a bit of a stronger side from them. The solo hardpoint game prior to this did finish 2-4-5 to 1-7-8 to Millenium, but for a large majority of that game, Viperio were actually holding that lead. You know, they were looking the stronger side.
Yeah, I mean, just there we saw Cookie 31-23. Great slaying power on the team. Didn't manage to capitalize on it. However, we see Millenium progress into loser bracket round 4, which they will be expecting to get a lot more. They'll be wanting to go round 5, round 6, round 7.